In this video, you'll get a short trip to the thrift store and see a 5-doll haul, including a 1980s porcelain doll who gets a timeless makeover that you can try on your own thrifted dolls.
Maggie to the rescue!
Hey everybody, I'm literally just home with a wonderful haul from my local thrift store. Thank you, Maggie. You can have a seat. First, I want to show you what I saw in the store. So there was a bunch of 1980s porcelain dolls. Her face is so cute. There were clowns and this gorgeous doll, but instead of $8, she was $80. And this unique doll. And more porcelain dolls. And a group of wonderful TLC Cabbage Patch Kids. So first, I love getting a doll in a box. So this is that cute tennis girl. So I just looked her up and she's a Brin doll and she doesn't need any restoration, but she was just so unique I had to get her and see who she was. Isn't her hair fantastic? Here's her tag. And I love this retro tennis outfit. Tennis racket and tennis shoes. So cute. And she stands well. And she still has her certificate, 1988. Her face is made out of hard plastic, I think. Really interesting. And also she does have armature in her arms. So she's posable. And next I got the doll with the super cute face. She's porcelain, but she looks different than other 80s porcelain dolls. Also, she has a music box. I can't play much because it might be licensed. She was $7. So she has plastic blinky eyes. I think that's unusual for modern porcelain dolls. Maybe that's what makes her look different. And next is this cute redhead Cabbage Patch doll. $10. She's cute. She's got on her sweater and her original outfit, little crocheted booties. I look forward to restoring her. She's got on her crunchy diaper. Very cute. And next is the doll that made me want to get the porcelain dolls. So she has such a cute face. I looked through all of them and I want to do a video on trying to make an 80s porcelain doll look more like a reproduction doll. So let's see, she was just $6. You can find them even cheaper than that sometimes. And last but not least is this cutie pie. Look at her. So cute. So she's dirty. So I'm going to have to definitely get her scrubbed up at some point. Let's see her mark. 1986. I'm just so excited that she has this real hair. Does anybody know who she is? I haven't done my research, so I'm going to have to look up who she is, but I just can't wait to get that hair back in order. Calico. What a cutie. And I'm going to get started right away working on this doll and trying to transform her into a reproduction of an antique bisque doll. And I'm going to use my doll Amelia as the example. I did want to let everybody know that this is not a permanent makeover. I'm going to be using color pencil. I'll figure out how to fix it in the future, but for right now it could easily wipe off. So it's for a display doll. Okay, so first things first, I'm just wiping her face down and I'm just using a baby wipe. For some reason, I don't really know why, that's my preferred method. So it looks like she's blushed a little bit here. I'm going to see if it stays on when I wipe her down. Looks like it does. Clean her eyes. So one thing I'm thinking about is giving her a new wig because this wig is so shiny. It's also just a little bit of a strange color. but we'll see. It might be the wig that I have to use. And the way that I take a wig off is I take a bath cloth and I soak it, and then I roll it up like this, and I put it here and just let this part of the wig get wet for a little bit. And then I start to slowly take the wig up. Do you see how much higher up her forehead goes? So even if a doll has bangs, the forehead would be a little bit higher. So I'm going to go ahead and take her wig off. All right, so I got her wig off. And there were a couple of spots that really stuck, so I had to use a little bit of adhesive remover, which I hate the smell of, so I hate it when I have to use it. These spots I'm just leaving because they'll get covered up by her wig. She just has a little bit too much of that porcelain doll paleness. Make sure she's totally dry. I don't know if the camera is picking up the subtle difference, but I do like that better. It looks more like old fired bisque. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. So this green box holds colored pencils, and I believe the watercolor pencils have a little bit less wax in them, so I'm going to try to choose those. Since Amelia has eyelashes, it creates this really dark look right here. I don't think I'm going to try to put eyelashes on her because I think that could look kind of cheesy, but I'm going to try to put a much darker line here. You could also use acrylic paint for this. I just find I have a little bit more control with the color pencil. So the antique dolls have a real depth in their eyes because they have the real hand-blown glass eyes, and also age makes them have this little discoloration, which I like. I might try to emulate that, although I'm not sure I can, any pencil will actually stay on her plastic eyes, which I think are plastic. I'm going to try a little bit, just to make that recede just a little bit. Probably won't stay very long, but just make it look a little dusty. I think Amelia's eyes are also, they have a little bit sharper corners, so I'm trying to get that to look a little bit like that. They actually did put little red dots in the corner of the eyes and nose dots, but I'm gonna bring those out a little bit more. Let's see. I think that's helping a little bit. So there's a little subtle difference right here, and that's actually how the doll is made, but I'm just gonna emulate that with a little bit of a white line. Okay, eyelash time. Even though can't make any promises that this will be all that good. At least I have her eyelashes to follow. Not too bad so far. Not perfect either. See, I can't get my wrist to go that direction. That one was not good. Oh boy. I have to take that off. Okay, now I'm going to go over her eyebrows. So there's multi-stroke brows and there's feathered brows and there's single stroke brows. I think that's pretty good. I don't want to overdo it. So the color of their mouths isn't really that different. The shape of this is a little bit different, and I want to just put a little bit of dark in here to just sort of emulate that the mouth is open. And I also like how depthful this is, so I'm going to imitate that a little bit as well. It's a little too dark. I probably should have used more of a gray. I'm going to take a toothpick and take that color down just a little bit. So I think for this line, I'm just going to start with a little bit of brown first. And I also like that her lips go out to here. Adding a little color. Just add a little tiny bit of red on top. Still want a little bit of extra shading on the interior of her lip. Give it a little bit more open mouth look. Does that look a little bit too much like she's been eating chocolate? And I'm gonna give her her nose dots. Come a little bigger. And her eye dots. I did a little bit more off camera, actually quite a few times, but I think it's getting closer, and I want to do a little bit more defining of her features and give her her rosy cheeks. So I already did a tiny bit, but it actually wiped some off and already messed up her lip. But anyway, a tiny bit of shading just to make her features pop out more like an antique doll. There's a lot of dimension in an antique doll that's not necessarily in a porcelain doll. So I'm just gonna give her a little bit of shading. And that's with this tortillon, which is a drawing tool. It's a smudger. And it's just very tightly wound paper into a point, and you use it to create shadows and to smudge graphite when you're drawing. Again, I've never done this before. This is my first time, so it's a lot of fun, but a lot of trial and error too. This is more defined. And the antique doll. Okay, now blush time, and I think I'm just going to use the same color. And you could use chalk pastel or oil pastel for this too. Okay, so see how her blush goes all the way up to her cheekbone, and it also sort of defines this sort of part of her mouth from the corners of her mouths to the beginning of her cheeks. Okay, I'm just gonna finish this up, and then I'm going to pick out a wig for her. All right, so I did find a wig for her, but I'm not going to show you. I'm going to wait for the reveal, but I'll show you that I tried on many wigs. Some fit better than others, and I decided on one that's a little bit different than what I expected to put on her. I'll give you a little hint. It's called a Gretchen wig, so it's really cute on her, so I couldn't resist. So I found a few undergarments for her. They're clean, fresh, so that's good. And then I found this nice little petticoat for her and a pair of socks. And then these are also porcelain doll shoes, and I'm going to change the shoestrings. So I have this that I'm going to use. All right, so I am going to get her all set up, her dress on, ribbons in her hair, and get ready for the big reveal. Well, I'm thrilled with how she came out. And here she is with the whole haul. Her beautiful dress actually came on a reproduction doll. I might tea dye it in the future. It's a little bright. I love her Gretchen wig. So, reminder, this is a display only makeover, but I'm going to experiment with how to spray fix the pencil. So let's take a look at her before. And here she is after. But she's definitely more elevated now. So with a little patience and color pencil, you can turn a thrifted 1980s porcelain doll into something a little nicer. So I hope you enjoyed this, and if you haven't already liked and subscribed to Maggie to the Rescue, I hope you will. Thanks everybody. Bye.
Like and subscribe. Thank you.